If you're ever unlucky enough for your home to be flooded, there could be two main causes. The most common issue is when pipes and sewers get blocked by wet wipes, period products and other things which shouldn't be put down the loo. But the major factor is, of course, severe weather. Due to climate change, we've got heavier and more frequent storms. And when sewers can't cope with all that rain, that's when homes and businesses, streets and highways get flooded. Now, it's obvious to us all that the weather is changing, and not in a good way. That's why this Scottish street now needs a flood barrier. So with more intense rainstorms all across Scotland and the impact of climate change, flooding is something we all have to think about and prepare for. There are 5 simple actions you can do to prepare.
1. Find out if your home is at risk of flooding. Check floodlinescotland.org.uk and keep up to date if a flood is forecast. Just by registering your phone number, you will be notified of flooding in your area. 2. If you live in a flood risk area, make sure you have a flood kit ready. This should include essential items such as rubber gloves, any medicines you need, torch and candles, a battery phone charger, first aid kit and sandbags. 3. If a flood or heavy rain is forecast, try to protect your home. For example, you could install flood guards or have sandbags to hand just in case. It also makes sense to move your car to higher ground. 4. Look out for slow-flowing drains and gurgling noises or bubbles coming up from the toilet after flushing. These are signs that your drains could be blocked, putting you at risk of flooding. If this is the case, you may need to call a plumber. If you think the sewer outside your property is blocked, call Scottish Water. 5. Help us prevent flooding.
Helping prevent floods is perhaps the most important thing you can do. So I'm here at a wastewater treatment works to speak to Andrew from Scottish Water about what you can do to help. So, Andrew, what can we do to prevent our homes from being flooded?
There are ways to help reduce weather-related flooding. You can install a water butt to ease the strain on drains. You could also create a rain garden collecting runoff from the roof in a plant bed that absorbs water. If you're thinking of putting in a patio or paving over part of your garden, this will reduce the permeable area of your garden and means a lot of rainwater hits the drains very quickly. So it's a great idea to use a permeable paving or make sure your paving drains into your own garden to reduce the impact on everyone else. The weather and climate change both pose a challenge, but as you can see, so does human behaviour. Wet wipes flush down the toilets in Scotland account for 80% of all sewer blockages, and they are a major contributing factor to weather-related flooding incidents. Our sewer response teams attend around 36,000 sewer blockages a year, so it is a huge problem.
How can we help?
Please bin wipes. The same goes for period products, cotton buds and other bathroom waste. Use them, but please don't put them down the loo.
What if the worst comes to the worst and my home is flooded?
If the flood is caused by a blocked pipe in your property, you're responsible, so prevention is always the best bet. We would recommend you insure your home against drain problems or flooding. If your house has been damaged in a flood, you should contact your insurer in the first instance. If the flood is caused by the weather overwhelming sewers, Scottish Water will clean up your property. This includes removing excess water, sewage debris and leaving the area to dry and disinfecting it where possible.
So let's hope that never happens.
Let's hope so.
As we've seen, climate change is making flooding more likely. So please be prepared and help reduce the risk of sewer overflows.